Good morning, everyone. In the news now is something that I need to follow up on the video that I did on Jacob Zuma being sentenced yesterday. And this article covers quite a few things, and it's an article in News 24, our favorite New World Order publication from the Naspers group. And these various things that I'll cover now, you need to really consider and think about. And I'm glad that small little hints are coming out of what is happening and the wheels that are set in motion. And this is the African National Congress, the ruling party, responding to the judgment with regards to Jacob Zuma. And it's very, very telling. And there's been no statement from Cyril Ramaphosa. I think he's pinching titanium washers at this stage, because he knows that Jacob Zuma can reveal things that can absolutely annihilate his entire life. So in this headline, it reads, ANC says Zuma conquer judgment, a difficult period. Jay-Z Foundation says he may address the nation. And the fact that they are saying, the Jacob Zuma Foundation is saying that he may address the nation, and he probably will, is so important. You must understand that many people in the nation still sees him as their leader and sees Cyril Ramaphosa as a coup on the African National Congress, which is exactly what it is, because he's a board president. So let's get into the subheadlines and then the article, and I will cover very meticulous and specific things with you so that you can understand what is happening behind the scenes. Now, I know based on what you've learned and heard before in the mainstream media, you might have certain biases. If you have not met Jacob Zuma, if you have not read Helen Zille's comments on Jacob Zuma in the person, reserve your comment and listen to what I have to say. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon. This channel has exploded. All my social media platforms exploded yesterday by the thousands. And it's incredible to see how a different perspective can actually make a change to the nation. In the first subheadline, it says the ANC said it noted the Constitutional Court judgment against former President Jacob Zuma. So they noted it. They didn't declare anything around it. The second thing, which means that the party itself is not wanting to make their feelings clear. Okay? And this is vital because it tells you the party is split. The party said it was a difficult period and called for calm. Okay? That is telling you most of the feelings, which tells you that Cyril Ramaphosa and their National Executive Committee, they don't want this to floor them. They don't want all the skeletons to come out of the closet. They don't want to drive Jacob Zuma to that point. And another thing I need to tell you, he will be eligible for parole within 4 months, and he will, if he serves the sentence, if this happens, he will serve it at Nkandla, which is around the corner from him, which is basically his terrain. Okay? His royal domain. The next subheadline is the Jacob Zuma Foundation said his legal team was studying the judgment. So they're looking at legal options, and there are further legal options. You can go to the African Union and you can go to the African Court. So there are many other things that can happen at this stage, and it's going to be interesting to see how this actually pans out. Jacob Zuma does not see the legal system as anything legitimate at this stage, the same as Saddam Hussein did not see the legal system in Iraq as legitimate at the time, and it certainly wasn't. It was captured, the same as our legal system. And I have sympathy for Jacob Zuma and how he sees this. And I will make clear to you in my very next article, so please look out for that, on the Zondo Commission. How Zondo himself was bribed with 50 million rand to play this pathetic game that is going on right now. But I'll get to that just now. Let's get into the article. The ANC says it has noted the Concord judgment which sentenced former President Jacob Zuma to 15 months behind bars, adding it was a difficult period and called for calm. On Tuesday, Acting Chief Justice Sisi Kampepe ruled that Zuma was guilty of contempt of court for disregarding a previous Concord judgment, instructing him to peer and cooperate with the Zondo Commission. Now, he knows he was forced to set up the Zondo Commission. He didn't believe in the commission. He knows that Zondo is corrupt. So why should he trust him? If I knew that someone was corrupt, was bribed with money by the same people that bought the votes for Cyril Ramaphosa, how can you trust it? How can you trust that it's fair to serve in front of this criminal? Because that's what he is. Okay. Campepe ruled, and Campepe is in the same boat. The New World Order, I said there's 2 Concord judges that's in line with the New World Order, and that Cyril Mampara will certainly elect one of them to be the next Chief Justice. Okay, Campepe ruled Zuma had 5 days to report to the police to serve his 15-month sentence. So you will see, the Chief Justice, Mogoeng, is nowhere in the picture. Neither is Zwelem Mkhize at this stage. You will see the undermining happening everywhere to get rid of people that have started buckling under pressure and people that have spoken out. The moment you start speaking out behind the scenes, these people that manipulate our country, and believe me, it's 4 very powerful families doing this and their cohorts, and they are being controlled by people on a committee of 300 that's controlled by a council. That council is chaired by the Rothschild family, and I will speak about that at length in my future meetings. So, in the statement, the ANC said that it was studying the judgment, okay? And remember, I want you to reserve your biases. Just listen to what I have to say before you make any comments. Okay, and then you can go and study this yourself. Don't trust anything I say. I'm not a leader. I'm not someone that's looking for public office. So you don't have to follow me at all. What you can do is listen to the information I give you, and then you can go and pan that out in your own mind. I quote, "Without doubt, this is a difficult period in the movement, and we call upon our members to remain calm." Now, yesterday, I reported that there were actually police intelligence, crime intelligence outside informal settlements, just in case anything would happen. The meeting of the National Executive Committee, NEC, scheduled to take place this weekend, will reflect on implications and consequences of the judgment. I can tell you they are popping themselves right now. We further reaffirm our commitment to upholding the rule of law and fulfilling the aspirations of our constitutional democracy. Party spokesperson Pule Mabe added, they never thought that Jacob Zuma would do this. He has literally ripped the rug out from under them. Okay. He threw out the dam with the ducks, and they don't actually know what to do now. This is a brilliant play on Jacob Zuma's part. Absolutely brilliant. You will see his family is calm. He's prepared for this. He's actually prepared to go and sit in prison in Nkandla to set the wheels in motion to actually help this country in the long run in a fight against the New World Order. Think about that. And my tweets on this went viral yesterday. I know I have way over 1,000 people on Twitter, and you can go and follow me there. It's obvious that there's a lot of support for my take on things. Meanwhile, the Jacob Zuma Foundation said its legal team was studying the judgment too. And then there's a Twitter here from the Jacob Zuma Foundation that says the legal team is studying the judgment. Once President Zuma has received legal advice, a full statement will be issued. And then it said, it cannot be ruled out that President Zuma may soon address the nation. Watch the space. He's been planning this all along. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's completely calm. In this photo, you will see him smiling and very happy, in fact, laughing. Jacob Zuma is absolutely relishing what is happening right now. And I know to a lot of people this will not make sense. But if you follow my channel and you go watch my Question Everything series and Moments in Time, things will start to fall into place, because Jacob Zuma turned against this new order being created. He believes it's against the freedom of the people of South Africa, and he wanted to remove South Africa from the International Criminal Court, then the United Nations, the World Economic Forum, and many other organizations that subvert what we're doing in the country. Earlier, Zuma's daughter, and this is very telling, Duduzile Zuma, said he would report to the Nkandla police station. No problem. In delivering the judgment, Campepe said Zuma's conduct was egregious. And then I quote, never before, this shows you their intent or her intent. Never before has this court authority and legitimacy been subject to the kinds of attacks that Mr. Zuma is elected to launch against it and its members. Never before has the judicial process been so threatened, she says. She is the threat to the judicial process. And this is the problem. Not just herself, but the entire legal system in the country, which is captured by the Rothschilds. They created the system that comes from Britain. My lord in court. Please, man, in the future, no person should have to say my lord in court, ever. We will change the judicial system to one where we are all equals and where we account for our freedom. She added she considered Zuma's age in the sentence but had to set an example for anyone guilty of such contempt of court like Zuma. The wheels will turn and one day you will be worried about your future, Ms. Kampepe. Adopting this approach, I have carefully considered, for example, the fact that Mr. Zuma is of an advanced age which is usually accompanied by the onset of frailties. However, I'm ultimately unpersuaded that the cumulative effect of those factors does anything to counterbalance the profound and significant impact of the aggravating factors. It's important to know at this stage that two of the judges did not want this judgment. This was not an overall judgment where all the judges agreed. Two judges did not agree with sentencing him. They agreed that he is in contempt of court, but they did not believe that he should be sentenced for this. And with good reason. And this is vital. This Concord judge has made a huge error in judgment. A huge error in judgment. And it will show in future, because it's not just this judge, it's a few of the other judges. And this is why we'll get nowhere in this country with the current constitution. We need to change the constitution that's bounding these judges to this pathetic ruling. However, I'm ultimately unpersuaded that the cumulative effect of these factors does anything to counterbalance. How can she make that decision in her age? Kampepe said Zuma not only violated the Concord, but also the judiciary's sanctity. There is no sanctity in this judiciary. Look at Reino de Beer's court case in the High Court. Look at what happened to his case in the Concord. There is no sanctity in the judiciary. And the people are the final arbiters. Ms. Kampepe, the people of South Africa, not you. We will remove you from that court, not just you, the entire bench. We will have a whole new system with a new constitution, a new electoral act, and we'll get rid of this nonsense forever. The judgment, there's another tweet, Premier Sihle Sikelala, that said the judgment of the Concord bear far-reaching implications for the ANC in the country. President Zuma remains one of those who sacrifice a lot for this country. So he's already making statements. There's statements coming out that makes it clear that there's so much support for Zuma. And let me tell you something. I still want to see the day he actually walks into Nkandla and what happens. In other words, the focus must be on what kind of sentence will demonstrate, this is Kampepe speaking again, demonstrate that orders made by a court must be obeyed, and to Mr. Zuma that his contempt and contumacy is rebukable in the stronger sense. I continue, with this in mind, then, I order an unsuspended sentence of imprisonment of 15 months. I do so in the knowledge that this cannot properly capture the damage that Mr. Zuma has done to the dignity and integrity of the judicial system of a democratic and constitutional nation. We are not a democratic nation. We're not a constitutional nation because our constitution is not for the people. So how, if the constitution is not for the nation, can you call it a constitution for the nation? You are the problem. And Jacob Zuma knows this. He understands this fully. And this is why he's fighting on our side. This is why he's turned against all these New World Order plans, and even the NDZ behind the scenes is supporting what we are doing. She's busy taking businesses out of the cities into the rural areas, and I will still speak about this at length. I'll go into a lot of detail in the membership section of this channel. So if you are not a member and you want to become a member and you'll see benefit in that, please sign up as a member so that you have access to those videos. I've put out 2 videos already. I'll put out another video today and you can look forward to that. I carry on. He owes the sentence in respect of violating not only this court nor even just the sanctity of the judiciary, of which I said there's no sanctity at this stage, but to the nation he once promised to lead and to the constitution he once vowed to uphold, she added. Well, he doesn't believe in the constitution anymore, neither do I. I don't believe in this constitution, I want it changed. And our constitution allows that. Our current constitution, I believe in the sections of the constitution that allow us to change it. And we are trying to drive that change. The fact that you, as a parent, have no authority over your child from the age of 12. I mean, that's insane that our constitution allows that. The fact that our constitution allows for anyone under the age of 16 to have sex with anyone of any age and have no repercussions. Our constitution allows that. Our constitution allows for the government to protect your life instead of you having the right to protect your life with a firearm, because it says you only have the right to life. Our constitution is a sham for many reasons, and I will fight the parts of the constitution that takes our freedom away, and we will implement a new constitution that guarantees our freedoms. The SACP, in response to the judgment, said, we wish to stress the supremacy of the Constitution and the rule of law, including the principle that no person is above the law. The SACP calls on everybody to respect the judgment. It's easy for the SACP to say, why should they be the South African Communist Party? How can you have a Communist Party in something you call a democracy? That's not possible. It proves to you that it's a farce. And I want to make that clear to you. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Click the bell icon if you want to receive notifications for new videos. To all the members, please go and watch the membership videos. I've announced them all in the membership section. You will have access to them and you will be able to see those announcements. So get used to watching the community section. I put out many videos in the community section for all the members of this channel. Okay, as well as for all the Double O Des channel members. So please go and look at the community section and look at the announcements there, as well as the videos I put out there so that you can inform yourself. Thank you very much for watching this video. Till the next video.